Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Clutch Conversations. It's your boy Mike. We back at you one more again, live on another Thursday night. We got Balls of Fury, both Mike and Darius in the building. We're going to get to the show in just a few minutes, but first and foremost, shout out to my lovely wife, Takara. Appreciate everything you do. Y'all know that is the foundation of our organization. She helps out in everything, man. It's not just with the show, man. She is in the snake room. She is in the rodent room. She is at FedEx. She is all over the place, man. So y'all make sure y'all show her some love in the comments. And don't stop there. Make sure you show the channel some love as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so you can get notifications each and every time we drop a video here on the channel. Let's run through some housekeeping stuff real quick because got a lot of stuff to either remind you about or announce. Make sure you following us on Morph Market, man. We really appreciate y'all helping us get to that 250 mark. We done got to that 250 mark and beyond, so definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely be checking us out for the snakes and stuff that we post. Feel free to hit us up. If you see something you like, man, reach out, man. Definitely will consider reasonable offers, so definitely hit your boy up. We can take care of you, man. Also, Instagram, follow us on the main page at Herp Collectors and follow us on the show page at Clutch Conversations. And make sure to check us out on Facebook as well as at Herp Collectors on Facebook. And definitely don't forget to check us out on your favorite audio podcast platform. Clutch Conversations is available on all major podcast platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and more. So definitely go check us out on your favorite podcasting platform. And when you're checking us out, please be sure to follow, rate, and review. It really helps us out, and we definitely appreciate the support. And also, make sure you're supporting both USARK and USARK Florida. The link for both of these organizations are in the description of this video. Both of these organizations help protect our rights as reptile keepers. So make sure you're taking care of the people that take care of us, and more importantly, the people that help us take care of our animals. Definitely go check them out, man. Drop a dono, get your membership, and spread the word. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Check us out next month, September 14th, September 15th, in the ATL, Southeast Reptile Expo. That's the homie Bob show. We're going to be going live from there both days. So both the Saturday and the Sunday in Atlanta. Man, it's going to be a dope show, man. It's going to be the best show in the Atlanta area. I don't care what nobody else say. This is going to be the best show. So make sure you're there if you're in the area. If you're not able to come, definitely make sure you check out the show. We're going live both days, both the Saturday and the Sunday. Right after that, the following weekend, September 21st and 22nd, we will be in Charlotte, North Carolina at the All-American Reptile and Plant Expo. It's going down in Charlotte. If you know anything about me, you know Charlotte is one of my favorite cities in the whole United States. So definitely looking forward to this, and also looking forward to connecting with everybody at the show. Big shout out to the homie Nick. Big shout out to the homie Troy for having us at the show. Definitely looking forward to it. The homie Charlie got some new logo, little rebranding for the shed testing. You know what I'm saying? So go check him out on www.shedtesting.com. Both those show weekends, we will be running that special promo code HC20 again. And so it'll go from 10 a.m. on that Saturday to 10 p.m. on the Sunday night of the show. So definitely go get your 20% order off your individual shed test. It doesn't apply to merchandise, and it doesn't apply to the bulk shed test, but definitely applies to your individual shed test orders. Whether you order one or multiple individual shed tests, definitely go use promo code HC20 to get your special discount the weekend of both shows, 10 a.m. Saturday to 10 p.m. Sunday. Big shout out to the homie Charlie for sponsoring the live tour. And in case you missed it, we got another sponsor for the live tour as well. Red Line Shipping, Bet Off Red. Big shout out to the homie Robin, man, for taking care of us, man. Really appreciate your support on this. So definitely check us out. We got some new branding coming to drop for the show, for the live tour, man. Definitely appreciate Robin taking care of us. Make sure you show some love and don't forget to use promo code Robin60 so you can get 60% off your first 2 orders at Red Line Shipping. So go check out Red Line Shipping because you are better off red. Real special announcement. So in collaboration with Robin again, I will be hosting the Red Line Report from AnimalCon in Orlando, Florida. That's the weekend of October 4th through 6th. So that's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you don't know about AnimalCon, man, do some research. Go look it up, animalcon.com. This is the animal conference started by the Barcheks, where they invite all the top animal content creators from around the world, not just the United States, but from around the world. And definitely been blessed with the opportunity to host the Red Line Report from AnimalCon. Really looking forward to that, man. Gonna get some dope interviews with some dope content creators. So this is a great opportunity, man. Big shout outs to Robin for helping us and giving us this opportunity, man. Really looking forward to it. Coming up this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the Retic Rundown, and it's going to be on the Herp Collectors Network. Check out the top right of your screen. You see it, Herp Collectors Network. We're getting ready to go heavy with this network stuff, so definitely stay tuned. Like I said, the Retic Rundown, hosted by the homie Chris from the Untamed and Unhinged podcast, is going down this Tuesday, September 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a couple of dope guests lined up, so definitely more to come on that. So make sure you're checking us out. And check us out this Saturday. It's the return of Double Clutch. Me and the homie Matt took 2 weeks ago, we took off because we was both in Daytona, so we just brought it to you on Clutch Conversations. But Double Clutch is coming back. Episode 5, Project Maximization, how to build your breeding projects to maximize success. That's going to be a super, super dope episode. And we got some special announcements and some special things to talk about during the episode. One of which is the Double Clutch Patreon, which starts September 1st. So make sure you check that out. We're going to do a deep dive into the Double Clutch Patreon this weekend during the show. So definitely make sure you're checking that out. Really looking forward to that episode. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. So y'all make sure y'all come check it out. Speaking of a lot of fun, man, ain't it fun to hatch dope snakes? You're about to see some dope snakes on this next sponsored video. We'll be right back. Discover the hidden gems of ball python breeding with Kenova's exclusive Patreon content. Gain insider access to the newest morphs and emerging market trends. Learn directly from the world's leading ball python designer. Enjoy exclusive morph ID videos that showcase some of the dopest ball pythons in the game. Memberships currently available up to the student tier, a tier that includes a 10% discount on all animals. Join Kenova's Patreon today and level up your game. Art comes in many forms. At Honest Angels, it comes to life. In life, success doesn't come to you. You go to it. In this game, forward thinking is the key to innovation and staying relevant. Plan your work and work your plan. Lose yourself in the art. Lose yourself with Wetter Morphs. Big shout out to the sponsors, man. Really appreciate y'all supporting us, man. Let's see who we got in the chat supporting us tonight. Big shout out to Tim, First to Pip, PMF Exotics. What's good? We got the homie Wiz in the building again. What's good? Shout out to the Wiz Team fam. Jen, what's good? Cigar City Exotics in the building. What's good, sis? The Sultan of Support himself, Big Bosa Reptiles in the building. Big Vinny, what's good? Bone Daddy Serpents in the building. 352 in the building. What's good? Heathen Hatchery. My brother, what's good? Jason from Ancestral Royal Pythons in the building. Big Ed, what's good? Static Morphs in the building. Frank, what's up? Locked and Loaded Ball Pythons in the building. Appreciate you coming out. See who else we got. Angel, what's good? Angel Carl Reptiles, appreciate you coming out. Daniela, what's good? Appreciate you coming out. Hey, this is the first time I think I saw you in the chat, so we're going to end it right here on a high note. Appreciate you coming out, man. We're going to kick this intro, and then we're going to be right back with the guests in just a few minutes.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up, spit this cool. Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this?
Episode 135, Balls of Fury. What's good? What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Too cool with your shades on?
Hey, we got to keep it swagged out.
Yes, sir, man. Been looking forward to this all week, man. Hated I couldn't see y'all in Daytona, but yeah, man, definitely looking forward to tonight catching up.
Yeah, I slid through. You were doing your interviews and everything like that, so I had the family with me. I just didn't want to, interrupt you. You was in the zone.
Okay, man. Yeah, I missed a lot of people, man, because that was the first time we did like the whole live on location thing. So man, it was a lot. I was in the zone, man. I was super focused on the show, man. So I missed a bunch of people. But yeah, man, definitely looking forward to next Daytona already.
Hey, that's
hey, keep doing your thing.
That's that grind.
Yeah, Mike. You said you had a wedding to go to?
Yeah, I was in a wedding that same weekend, so I couldn't make it down to Daytona this year. I was bummed. I love going there. That's like my little mini vacation every year, going down there.
Yeah, Daytona is a whole vibe, man. I didn't get as much fun in as I would have wanted to, man. I did get some good sleep in though, man. I knocked out like 7 o'clock on Saturday, man. I was mentally gone, bro. Just gone.
Hey, you were putting in that work, man. You were grinding. That's what's
Keep
up.
going.
Yeah, man. But it was definitely a blast, man. Learned a lot. Sunday was much easier and definitely learned a lot. And I feel like it'll probably get easier every time, man. Obviously, it'll be like new challenges, you know what I'm saying, from show to show. But you know what I'm saying? We live, we learn. That's how we get better.
Exactly, bro.
So what's going on with y'all in terms of the season, man? Hey, actually, before we hop in the season, man, so speak to kind of how Balls of Fury is organized, who all is involved, and kind of give us y'all backstory, whoever want to jump in first.
Okay. Well, in Balls of Fury, it's me, Darius, our boy AJ, and our boy Dre. AJ and Dre, they have their own snakes that they kind of work with on their own, but they're under the Balls of Fury, business, and they kind of do their own thing, and they reach out to me and Darius for kind of mentorship and advice and things like that. But we all originally met down in Daytona when we were going to chiropractic school together, and at the time, I had already had probably like 6 or 7 snakes at the time. And my boy Dre introduced me to Darius, and he was telling Darius about the snakes. And he was like, bro, you got to go over to Mike's house and see all these snakes he's got. It's crazy. And I met Darius. He came through. He checked out the snakes, and he was really interested in it. And at the time, I had a poster, like one of them old school posters on the wall of all like different ball python morphs. And I was like, Darius, pick out which one is your favorite on the poster. And he picked out the Dreamsicle. And I was like, bro, that's my favorite one too. And I was like, how much you think that snake costs? And this was like in 2020. So the market was crazy at the time.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know, maybe like $500. And I was like, bro, that's like a $3,000 snake. And when he heard that, his ears went like this. And he was like, hey, bro, I didn't know you can make that much off snakes. And I was like, yeah, there's some expensive ones, bro. Do some research. And if you want to get into it, like, you know, show me what you learned. I'll let Darius kind of go from there.
Yeah, piggyback off of what he was saying. Basically, you know, it was just intriguing because our background is in science, like biology. So I mean, it just made sense to me as far as like the different morphs and how you combine them. You know, trying to understand the difference between like the recessives and the codoms or incomplete doms, however you want to say it. But so that, you know, that's kind of like what intrigued me, and I thank the Lord, like, you know, I caught on quickly. I made a list of all the recessives, you know, by price, obviously. And then me and him, we sat down, made a plan about like the social media, about like how we want to go about doing the business and doing the partnership, everything like that. And the rest is history.
Nice. So all you guys went to school in Daytona to be chiropractors?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. What school is it?
Palmer College.
Okay, nice.
Yes, sir.
That's what. So talk about like what went into that plan. Like you mentioned the plan that y'all put together in terms of how you wanted to do the business, how you wanted to do the social media. Walk us through that thought process and kind of how y'all initially designed things.
Well, I'll tell you what, before I met Darius and like we kind of got serious about, you know, doing it as a business, I was pretty much getting snakes out of like the pure love for it. Cause I have been keeping reptiles since I was like 11, 12 years old. I got my first ball python when I was maybe like 12 for my birthday. And I actually had already picked the name Balls of Fury like when I was 15. And I just ended up going to college and getting rid of all the reptiles I had because my parents, they didn't want to take care of them and I had nowhere to put them. So I kind of got out of it for a couple of years. And when I got back into it, I made some major mistakes. The first two snakes I bought were both males and they both had spider. So right off the rip, I started behind the 8 ball. And then I started kind of diving into like YouTube videos, and I came across like Justin and Ozzy and all these other breeders who were like really doing things that were crazy, like that I'd never seen before. And I started learning about the recessive genes and started seeing more different morphs that I liked. So when me and Darius sat down together, before I told him to do his research, I said, look at snakes that you really like pick the morphs that you think you would really want to work with, and then come back and talk to me, and we'll kind of sit down and see if we feel the same way about certain things. So my favorite gene, of course, is the lavender albino. And as Darius did more research about the different morphs and checking out videos, and, you know, just kind of diving into the rabbit hole, he also came across the lavender albino and decided that was his favorite morph. So we actually sat down together with a notebook, and he wrote down all the recessive genes, like he said, that he liked. And we basically discussed building our foundation around recessive projects and working codominant genes into those recessive projects. And I'll let Darius kind of piggyback off what I said and give you his perspective too.
Nah, he's 100% correct. You know, we sat down, we like had a plan as far as like which recessives we wanted to do. It, you know, just I always tell my mom, you know, shout out to my mom. She's our biggest supporter. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Shout out to mom.
Yeah, shout out to her. but basically it was just kind of like destiny. Like I feel like everything that's happened so far has just kind of been like destiny through this. So that's a blessing. And just like he said, like his favorite was a dreamsicle, my favorite was a dreamsicle. And then when we sat down and decided that we were gonna become serious about it, one thing I remember saying, I was just like, look, bro, I was like, if we're gonna do this, like we have to do it every single day, no matter what, like good, bad, ugly, and we have to be consistent with everything that we do. That's probably the hardest part. Like I was just thinking the other day, I was like, bro, like Mikey, he's so consistent with it. I was like, even when I get tired of it, like he's still posted like no matter what. And I was like, it just motivates me, because Mikey, to me, Mikey is my mentor. He's the person I go to when I have questions. Like, even to buy a snake, like he knows, like at least once a week I'll send him a snake and I'll be like, bro, like what you think? And he's like, no, like just wait. And I'm, that's like the hardest thing, but every week, and it's just out, like the discipline. I think that's why I like the industry. It keeps you like humble.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
Iron,
also,
iron.
oh, sorry, Mike.
No, I was saying iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
And also, man, me and Darius, we don't live in the same state anymore. So it became a little bit more difficult as far as like, being able to hands-on, like help him. But every week, every Wednesday night at 9:30, we have a meeting on FaceTime for about 2 hours. We talk about the goals that we set for the year, where we're at in the progress of those goals. We mark down any revenue we've made. We track everything that's going on, and we stay on top of it. And that consistency really helps a lot, man. Like sometimes I'll get home and I won't feel like cleaning tubs or doing certain things, and I just got to push myself to do it because I know making those sacrifices and staying consistent is what's going to pay off in the long run. So you just got to grind, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And definitely I've been there before many times where you got like this whole like laundry list of things you got to do, but you might not necessarily feel like doing it, but you got to stick to the plan and not stick to your mood. And so you just got to push through it.
Exactly.
So real quick, I do got some follow-up questions on the projects and also the goals and whatnot. But real quick, I do want to circle back, Darius. So prior to getting introduced to snakes by Mike, did you have like any reptile experience, and how was that?
That's a good question. So that's what I was gonna say when he was talking. I was scared of snakes. Like you can go back to our earlier like videos on YouTube. I wouldn't even touch a snake. I was, and I was talking to my mom about that. I actually I was just like, I can't believe like I can pick a snake up and like tell you the genes in it and everything. And like my mom's interested into it now, and my sister, like is rubbing off. So like it's just crazy to see like how like one friendship, because I was terrified when I met Mikey and his snakes. I'm just, I was still learning because the science part, like that's what was cool to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, he's like, nah, like, you gotta hold it. I'm like, bro, you see how big that thing is? Like, bro, and those aren't even big snakes. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. So what got you through that fear? Was it just the reps and going through the motions, or what happened?
I mean, it's just to me, it's just one of those things. Just like Mikey said, like you gotta fall in love with the grind, because the thing was, we bought all the snakes in our collection as babies, so we had to grow everything up. You know what I'm saying? We had to pay attention to the detail the whole time. Like he knew more, because for me, I would panic. When I got my first snake, I was panicking, trying to make sure it was okay. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, it's fine. Just leave it alone. If you don't know what to do, it's okay." Did it eat? Yep. Okay. And that's how that was how it went until I experienced and learning more as we got more for our collection. So yeah, I was terrified, man.
Okay. Hey man, we learn and we grow, man. My roommate back in the day had like a couple ball pythons, and I thought he was crazy. It's like, bro, why you got these snakes, man? As long as you keep them in your room, we good. But man, why do you got these snakes? Yeah, so man, we just grow. It's amazing, like how we change like over time, man. But a lot of it, like for me, I was scared of snakes for no good reason, right? I had been taught to be scared of snakes. Thought they was bad, just kind of like all the things that's associated with snakes. And so like that was like deeply ingrained in me. And then fast forward 2020, just so happened to see something that sparked some old memories, start diving into it, and then next thing you know, man, went down the rabbit hole. Things start snowballing, start picking up snakes. I still remember the first time that I held a snake, man, and just how weird it felt, because I guess I kind of expected it to feel how I thought about them initially. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like it's just this slimy creature. I don't know, man. Just looking back, man, it was crazy. But it's just that just kind of like points out like how many misconceptions are out there, right? And a whole big part of getting through those misconceptions is just like actually opening up your mind to like new things.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. I'll tell you something too. You probably won't believe, Mike. When Darius was first buying snakes, man, he was getting them sent to me and keeping them at my house. That's how afraid he was. But he was already investing in them, and like I was just holding them at my crib, like checking on them, taking care of them, like touching them, and he would come over and like check them out, make sure they're good. But I'll never forget it. The first time I seen him hold the snake, he had got a brand new snake in from Justin of Canova, and he unboxed it and everything, was super excited to get the snake. He had it in his hand, and the first thing he did was FaceTime his mom, and he was like, "Look, Mom, I'm holding the snake." And he was so proud of that moment, and I'll never forget that.
And you say your mom and your sister getting into it now?
Yeah, I mean, like, so basically, like, my sister, she stayed like 10, 15 minutes down the road. So basically, so that's where I have my collection at right now. But basically, like, she has her favorite one now. And since I finally had my first clutch, my mom's like, "Oh, I got grand snakes now," and yeah. So they're being supportive, and I really appreciate it, and starting to pay off a little bit. So
that's what's up. My family not into snakes, but they super supportive of what we're doing and like super proud of us. And you just know it's genuine. But they're definitely not into snakes though.
Same.
So going back to the goals and stuff, y'all mentioned like y'all have a meeting every Wednesday. I think you said 9:30, 2-hour meeting, FaceTime. So talk about some of those goals and where y'all at on that.
So every single year, when we get to the end of the year, we kind of evaluate where we're at, and we really started, making goals once we actually like started to take the business serious. The first goal we made was to get our name out there, start a social media page, start to market ourselves. Other than like our goals to, build a solid foundation of snakes for what we want to make down the road. And I think the first year we did social media, our goal was to hit like 1,000 followers, and we absolutely crushed it. We hit, I think, like 5,000 followers within the first year of being on social media on Instagram. We just recently started YouTube, I think like a year and a half ago, and we've already gone over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So
nice.
That's one of our goals. Another goal that we talk about is, what animals that we want to bring on to the collection in this year, like what genes we're looking to add to our projects, mainly like incomplete dominant ones, because most of our stuff is already like visual recessives. And one of our goals starting was to always try to buy the visual if we can, just to like help our odds and just to make the process a little bit faster, because I'm sure Mike, like when you're trying to make a visual recessive combo, you're praying to God that you make what you want to make if you're breeding like a het to a het or something like that. So we're very specific about what like we buy. That's definitely something we talk about quite a bit. And then also we set goals for like what monetary value we want to make in that year. I think this year, one of our goals is to make $1,000 off of YouTube revenue. Another goal is, I believe, to make 5,000 off of Instagram revenue. And then for our snakes, right now the goal is to make $10,000 this year off of selling snakes. So each year we kind of just set small goals, and if we hit them, we try to increase that goal a little bit, and we try to hit that the next year. And so far we've been crushing it, man. And I think writing it down and sitting down and actually talking about it is what actually will manifest it into, you know, reality and get you to work towards it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like it's one thing to set a goal because it's easy to just write it down and then forget about it. But you kind of got to keep yourself in check. And in y'all's case, keep each other in check and actually like focus on that goal. Like you got like a measurable goal, you got a specific time, a very specific thing you want to do, and constantly revisit it and reanalyzing what you're doing. Like that helps you push towards that goal, man. So that's a solid program y'all got.
Yeah. What I would say is it's just kind of, you know, you just kind of like push each other. We're friends, but you know, you're pushing each other to be better. You know what I'm saying? It's friendly competition, you know what I'm saying? And like just like you said, it's just, you know, like we set the goal and then like we update, you know, when you update everything every week, it's like, okay, getting closer, getting close. So you see the progress, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like I see that number, it's gonna take me that long to get to that number. Nah, like you kind of, that's what I'm saying, falling in love with that grind, and you know what I'm saying? And you see that progress little by little and how fast it can come and how slow it can come, you know?
Absolutely. Like always tapping into it. It's not just an afterthought, right? You see the incremental progress, you know what I'm saying? And so it's at the forefront of your mind. And so it's
Right.
like a carrot on the end of the stick, and you just pushing towards it, pushing towards it, pushing towards it.
Right, exactly.
Facts, man. And really the grind is easy when you love it, man. I'm so excited to come in the snake room, bro. Like I was just saying to Darius the other day, so I have a snake that I'm really excited about getting up to size that I bought 2 years ago. And I just weighed her the other day and she's already 1,400 grams 2 years later. So when I see like stuff like that, I just get so excited, and it makes working easy. Like it makes it so rewarding when you actually like see it come into life.
Gotcha. So talk a little bit about like, because I know y'all social media following is like crazy, as you mentioned. So you mentioned like some of those like early goals you hit, but 5,000 in the first year, but y'all multiplied that times like 12 or more right now. So talk about kind of your social media strategy, how you've been able to achieve like such proliferated growth over these last few years.
So me personally, I post all of our social media content, and we all bounce ideas off of each other too. But the main thing that I've realized with social media and growing your social media is being consistent, man. I tell people, whoever asks me for advice about growing social media, I tell people you need to post at least once a day or at least a couple times a week, because that consistency is going to help you develop more ideas. It's also going to help people see your posts more often, and you got a higher chance of having something go viral if you're posting more often. Um, and realistically, man, when we started, like my goal was never to have like a massive social media following or be like an influencer or be famous or anything like that. The main thing was to try to market ourselves so that when we did produce snakes, we had a customer base to sell to. And I think that's so important. And I actually had somebody message me the other day. He was one of my customers, and he's just getting started with ball pythons. So he kind of asked me questions here and there, and he's feeling kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? He's feeling kind of like nervous because a lot of people have been telling him that ball pythons are oversaturated, and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to sell his snakes. He doesn't want to be stuck with a lot of snakes. And the first thing I told him was, well, the first thing you need to do, man, is get your name out there. You need people to know who you are. So when that time comes, you have people looking at your snakes. You have a potential customer base. And if you're making the right animals, people will buy them. So I think consistency is a huge part of it. And also creativity is a huge part of it too. Any of like the funny videos you guys see of us doing, that's just me and Darius's sense of humor. That's just us like being ourselves and having fun, and like us joking around like we would if we were just talking to each other and chopping it up. So creativity is a huge part, and something that helps me a lot with creativity on Instagram specifically is the audios. Sometimes I'll come across like audios and I'll listen to it and I'll find a way that I can relate it to snakes and find a way that I can relate it to everybody in the community, and also people that might not even like snakes that might just come across it. And one of the things that I'm really prideful in, and I really go out of my way to do, is to introduce snakes to people who don't know anything about them. I love getting people over their fear of snakes, and I love exposing people to snakes, because I think it's not only good for our industry, but it's good for snakes and reptiles in general, because
Right.
they have such a bad reputation, just from, like you were saying, misconceptions and misinformation. So I'll let Darius kind of give his take too on social media, but that's what I found has worked the best for us in growing that following.
Yeah, no, like I agree. Just like Mikey said, we wanted to be consistent, number one. We wanted to be creative, number two, and we wanted to be relatable, number three. You know what I'm saying? And I think what helped us was like we were willing to do a lot of things that are different. First and foremost. Second, I think that with the consistency, like you're seeing, because for me, honestly, I wanted to like be in the background. I didn't even, I'm like, look, bro, and I'm like, and he's, everything, especially with the social media, it happens so fast. My bro, I told him, I was like, bro, Mikey, I was like, you're handsome, everybody likes you. I was like, you got it. I was like, if you need my help, I got you. But it just started to get so big so fast. It was just one thing. I was like, man, I gotta help. That's how I ended up holding my first snake, because I was like, man, it's going too fast. Like I gotta get over this fear, because this is gonna hold us back. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's my partner, bro. I was like, what if something happened? You know what I'm saying? Not saying anything is, but I need to be prepared. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that's how I held the snake. That's how he got me dancing all over social media. I don't even dance. Like, I can dance, I can break it down, but that's like another time, another place, And he got me doing it. You want to know what's so crazy about it, and what I'm grateful for is he got me out of my shell to do that. And then the song that we did, you from Florida, yeah? Grimo, Ecstasy.
Yeah.
You know that song? Yeah. So the dude, so I did it for I think we did it. I forgot what we did it for.
We did like a USR challenge. And,
right. So
okay.
Right. Yeah. So did that, right? The dude reposted it on my birthday, the dude who made the song.
Oh, nice.
And tagged us in it.
Nice. That's dope.
So that, and that was God, that's what I'm saying. It was just out of nowhere. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, for me, it's just, I'm just, grateful to be a part of this. I just love to grind, I actually had a question for you though, because me and Mike even talking about it. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to think how I'm gonna ask it. So basically, my question is, because we're, I feel like we're at a good place, like with our collection and everything, but we're trying to take it to the next level. So my question is, do you think there's a difference, like seeing different people's collections in person? Like, does that, does that like help you get creative and take you to the next edge, or like, do you just like have your own creative process? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's definitely a different experience seeing people's stuff in person, just because like videos and pictures don't necessarily like capture it. And then also, like, if it's a video or if it's a picture, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just going to be for like a limited time, right? We talking like something like 2-3 minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes top. And so you're only going to see like a little bit, right? Going back to last year, like we've all seen like Canova videos, right? And he showed a lot of stuff on a regular basis. And so you kind of get to see like a good portion of what he has, but it doesn't replace like going to the facility, getting to go through every single tub and just really like taking it all in. And not only getting to go through every single tub and taking it all in, but you get to take it in at the fullest capacity, right? Because like you're seeing it like with your eyes and kind of seeing like how things like work together. You're seeing like how the colors pop and things that might be lost on like video or photos and stuff like that. So it's a totally different experience seeing stuff in person. Had a similar experience when I went to Jason Kittinger's house, and he gave me a tour of his collection. Like he showed me some stuff that's just out of this world. And I seen some pictures of it later on Instagram, and it was crazy on Instagram, but it was super crazy in person. Like, yeah. And so I do like seeing people's stuff in person anytime I get the opportunity to.
Yeah, I'll just tell him. I was like, bro, I was like, because we're so, we're so focused on our collection, and I was like, yeah, I know our collection's hard, but I was like, we need to see other people's collection to get that real inspiration to know what we like and what we don't. You know what
And
I'm saying?
you can ask questions in real time. You
Right.
can see like what they got in specific projects and kind of how all that meshes together and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely, in my opinion, a benefit to touring someone's collection and kind of seeing everything they got.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Anybody in particular y'all thinking about checking out, or y'all just kind of betting the idea between each other?
We just freestyling right now, but hey, if anybody has extended invitations, we would be honored. I mean, obviously, we do want to go see Canova's collection for sure. Shout out to Rice Family Reptiles too, Mr. Billy and his wife. They are always nice every time we see them.
Oh yeah, big shouts out to them. Yeah, I gotta join the Canova Patreon now. You see Takara is right on time.
Shout out to her too.
Yeah,
Takara.
shouts out to but yeah, man, it's coming up October 26th. The VIP tier and the platinum tier are both full right now, so there's like memberships available up to the student tier. But sometimes the spots open up, so that's definitely a good one to jump on.
Absolutely.
So going back to what y'all was saying, like about the projects and whatnot, it was interesting to me. It kind of stood out. Y'all almost, in my mind, it seemed like y'all went into it with the project mindset. Like once y'all got serious about it, and I guess technically once I got serious about it, I went into it with a more project focused mindset. But it seems like y'all did that a lot earlier in the process than what we did. Because when we started picking up stuff, we were picking up animals, but it was really kind of based on looks, things that look cool, and it was just kind of like random, as opposed to like a refined approach where I'm looking for specific projects and looking for animals that fit those projects. So did somebody get in your ear early? Was it watching some of the YouTube videos y'all were talking about? Like what kind of had y'all in that mind state so early in the game?
You can go first, Darius. I've been going first the last couple of times.
Okay. All right. I'll give my version. He can give his version. Because for me, like he just like he said, like he's had snakes a long time. Like he's already known a lot of stuff. Like he still teaches me stuff like to this day, So for me, wait, repeat the question. Sorry.
What got you in that project?
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so basically, I mean, honestly, I just knew I loved the lavender albino. You know what I'm saying? But my goal was to try to get all the recessives. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really. I just know, I knew hypo was good because Mikey liked hypo, pied, clown, and I think lab. Like at first, but because that was before DG got big. It was probably like what 6 months before DG got big. So like for me, I was just like, okay, like that's what we need to get. And then he was like, I can't buy boys. So he was like, girls. Like he would just tell me straight up no. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just Mikey the whole time. I would just send him a snake and like, what you think? He'd be like, no. And I sent it like, and I'm talking about like 5, 10 times, and then he finally said yes. I'd be like, all right, finally. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it started out initially. And then once I started like learning, like especially about like lavender and like identifying other codoms like NGL, blah blah blah, that's when I was like, okay, like I want to do this project, I want to do that project, because the thing about our collection is like it's all based off lavender. If you really think about it, honestly, yeah. I mean, yeah, we have hypo and we have DG, but those hypo's a decent project for us, but our DG is probably the weakest project right now for us, and like basically like just like we said, we love the lab stuff, so everything we got ties back into that the lab stuff. So that's just it was just he would just tell me no, I buy the girls, and then like we really didn't even start focusing on like real projects like the Dreamsicle project and the Grail stuff until like probably like last year. So because it was just like get the girls, get that foundation.
Yeah, that's your ship. You get those males, they help steer the ship.
Yeah, Mikey, you tell your
I mean, I think the reason Darius like looking at the males so much is because there's so many fire males on there, and when you see the price tag compared to like a female that's of the same caliber, it's a little bit different. And I to kind of answer your first question too about like who was in our ear and all that stuff. Mainly everything that I learned, even from like a teenager to now, was straight YouTube. Like I was watching Brian Barczyk at the age of like 13. Used to sneak my iPod Touch into my bedroom when my parents would make me go to bed, and I'd be on YouTube at night watching Brian Barczyk on snake bites. And I used to just pay attention to how he would describe how genes are interacting in the combination, or like what their influence is on the look of the snake. And I think once you understand that concept, and obviously you understand like recessive versus incomplete dominant, that will help you to decide what genes you want to target. Also, like you said, Mike, I like things that I think look cool too. And if it's something that I think looks cool and it has genes that I'm trying to get into my collection, it's a no-brainer for me to go and buy it. And I think the hardest part about the way we went about building the foundation was buying those females first and growing them up. Because like Darius said earlier, everything that we bought as a hatchling. And a lot of the snakes that we bought, you can't find them as adults. Some of the snakes I haven't even seen mate again since I purchased them. And, I think that's a good way to go about it, because you can really set yourself up strong if you do that. And I know everyone is really excited to breed them and get eggs and, produce babies off rip. But I think if you're trying to do it seriously and really, trying to focus on your goals and making a name for yourself, I think doing it that way is the best way to do it, in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, my main mentor has been YouTube. Shout out to Brian Barczyk. Shout out to Canova. Shout out to your podcast, man. I've learned a lot on your podcast.
Appreciate
shout out
it,
to Billy from Mutation Creation. I learned how to pop off of one of his videos, like popping snakes. Like
same here,
dude. Just going into that rabbit hole, and along the way, I've met people that have helped me too, which is cool. Like shout out to Nixon Reptiles. He helped me learn how to ultrasound snakes. So it's pretty cool where this industry will take you and the people that you'll come across in it. And I love that. And that's kind of how me and Darius built the foundation, pretty much what him and I just talked about.
And that's so dope, man. Like how you just shouted out all those people, like all those different people taught you like a different component of what you're doing, man. And that's why it's so important for people to put this knowledge out here, you know what I'm saying, and take the time to do what they do, you know what I'm saying, because it's helping like so many people and kind of helping reduce that learning curve for a lot of people, because people make mistakes. You go make mistakes, right? But it's helpful to know about some things ahead of time. That way you don't necessarily have to make the same mistake that's been done over and over and over again, man. And so that's just kind of like a big part of that learning process, asking questions, watching the videos. But then at the same time, you still got to go through some things for yourself, because when you start going through it for yourself, that, at least for me, that's when it really like sinks in, and like it just becomes like second nature.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off what you're saying, Mike, too, last year was my first season actually successfully breeding. And I'll tell you what, experiencing that and like seeing all the signs and the ovulations and actually ultrasounding, when I went into this year, I was so much more prepared. I had that experience under my belt, and really doing it yourself, like you said, it makes a huge difference. I mean, you could watch videos on it, hear advice from other people, but when you actually do it and see it, that's where you really gain that confidence and that experience going through it.
Yeah, knowledge plus wisdom equals understanding.
Exactly.
Hey guys, so we're gonna take a real quick sponsor break, but then I want to come back and deep dive into some breeding projects and breeding process, all that good stuff. But we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Known for his innovative approach to genetic shed testing and top quality ball pythons, Grey Rider Reptiles also excels in exceptional customer service and responsiveness. With a quick turnaround time, Charlie ensures you get the service you want and need. Visit shedtesting.com to explore his offerings and experience the best in the business. Don't miss out. Head to shedtesting.com today and unlock the power of your breeding projects.
Peace and love, family. We invite you into the heart of our serenity, Ancestral Royal Pythons. At Ancestral Royal Pythons, we're not just breeders, we're nurturers of love and growth. Each of our high-end ball pythons is a tribute to the grandeur of the natural world and our dedication to quality. Reach out today and bring one of our creations into your home. This is Ancestral Royal Pythons. Your journey begins here.
Here's to the exciting world of ebony and ivory reptiles. From unforgettable parties and events to keeping and hatching some of the dopest reptiles in the reptile hobby, we're all about education, quality, integrity, and respect. Hit us up and see how we can help make your next project a reality. Experience Ebony and Ivory Reptiles, where fascination meets fun.
Ebony and Ivory Reptiles.
Big shout out to the sponsors. Appreciate you, fellas. So, season-wise, what are we looking like this year?
Well, so far, we have hatched out 30 babies this year. We had 5 clutches this year.
Okay.
Darius had his first clutch ever this year. Shout out to
Hey,
Darius.
nice. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, we hit some cool clown combinations, which was awesome. We've hit some hypo stuff this year, which was really cool. And just some other het clown combos too that were awesome. Nothing too crazy. This next year coming up is really the year where our heavy hitters are coming up to size that we're excited about. So, like I said, gaining all this knowledge and experience now is going to be awesome for when those girls are ready to start going in with those males. So, it's been a successful season. Other than that, I mean, I lost one hatchling. I don't know if you saw the video I posted of it, Mike, on Instagram. But we did have a hatchling die inside the egg, which was unfortunate. That's the first time I've experienced that so far.
Well, no, I did see that.
Yeah, if you go on my Instagram channel, it's on there. And also this season was my first time experiencing having to assist feed a snake that wouldn't eat. And I posted both of those videos on Instagram just because I like to share everything with everybody, like whether it's negative or positive, because not everything goes according to plan. And I feel like it could help somebody if they see something like that and they realize that that's a possibility that they might encounter. And just to kind of backtrack a little bit too, Mike, to piggyback on the social media thing before we dive into the project, I think another thing that holds a lot of people back is getting hate for posting stuff. And the way I look at it is I feel like you're going to be in pain either way. You're going to be in pain if you suppress who you really are just to be accepted by people, or you're going to have the occasional pain of actually expressing yourself, being who you are, and having people hate on you or criticize you when they really don't even know you or what you're doing. So that's another thing. I think the best thing to do is to share every experience you have, and it only will help people. But yeah, I'll let Darius talk about his season now too.
What was that pairing, bro, for your first clutch?
Me, super inchy, banana, leopard, pied boy to albino pied female. It was the albino pied female was like the first like snake I ever like took care of and raised.
Oh, nice. I know that feeling, man. It feels good, man. What was going through your head?
Bruh. I was so stressed. So basically, she just, we were waiting for her to lay, but she didn't lay till like day 55.
Okay.
Like I had almost like given up on the clutch and everything. I was like, is she egg bound? Like, am I gonna have to get them out of her? Like, I don't know what's gonna, And I was it was a Friday when she laid them. So, what was I doing? I think I just got off of work and, I was just trying to go to the house and change. And I just called my nephew. I was like, hey, can you just send me a picture? Let me see how she's doing. And like, she was coiled up and I was like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? You got like, imagine asking your nephew to send you a picture, 20 days in a row. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when because he's like, yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't think anything. I'm like, nah, bro, she done laid him. Like, I'm coming. You know? Yeah, it was one of those. She gave us 7. You know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a blessing. You know, I got some lab stuff coming. Hopefully, you know, I'm just waiting to see if they're gonna go. But I got all the good signs, so fingers crossed on that. Those will be 2 Dreamsicle clutches. So I'm aiming to hit Inchy Dreamsicles on one, and then on the other one, OD Inchy Dreamsicles. So
Nice. Yeah, those are gonna be super pretty, super eye catching.
yeah, so fingers crossed on those, because that was my, you know, initially that was my first goal, you know, just to make a Dreamsicle. You know, everything else was just extra. That's what I'm saying. It's just a blessing, you know. Like, you know, at least for me, I know Mike, man, with my boy Mikey, I always tell him, like, bro, you just needed somebody to believe in you, bro. And that, you know, and I told him, you know, I always got his back with anything, with the hate, with whatever. You feel me? I'm from Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just a blessing. Fingers crossed on those clutches. But yeah, the heavy hitters coming next year. Like, it's going down.
Nice. That's how it always is too, man. It's like the current year is almost a wash. You know what I'm saying? Once you in it, and then like
Right.
you automatically looking forward to the next year and the year after that and the year after that. That's what's so cool about like this game, man. It's like it's always something to look forward to. Always.
Exactly.
Facts.
I got a question for you though.
What's good?
So what gene are you looking forward to, like upcoming, or like is there any new genes like in your project that you're looking forward to, or like any new genes that you haven't like that you want to cop? You know what I'm saying?
So it's definitely something I want to pick up. Big shout out to the homie Ash from Morph Minded, man. I know I don't know if y'all seen it, but man, he got this gene called Malice, bro. It's a granite gene, and I know people say, oh, another granite gene. And at one point I had said that I've never seen like an incomplete dominant granite gene, granite the way Cosmos, but this Malice, man, that thing is nice. It's nice, bro. Like it's just as good or better than the Cosmos. And anybody who's heard me talk about Cosmos and go on and on and on and on about Cosmos, that means a lot coming from me, man. That Malice stuff is sick, bro. And that's gonna be one of the next big things. Shout out to the homie Ash, man, Morph Minded, man. That Malice stuff is crazy, and ain't a lot of people got it right now either, man. So yeah, that's gonna be nuts, man. I love that Malice.
Okay.
I gotta peep that. I haven't.
Yeah. That thing thinging, bro.
I believe you. I want to see it now.
But yeah, man, that's one. What else? Bongo was something I wanted to get in the collection too. Don't sleep on Bongo. I still think there's a lot of stuff to do with Bongo, and so actually just recently got some Bongo in the collection, man. So definitely looking forward to doing some things with that. Calico is another, like, I feel like sleeper gene, man. That Calico stuff is nice, man. I know Chris Hernan from Chris Hernan Reptiles had like some nice Calico stuff with the Scrambler stuff in it too, man. Like Calico is a nice one, and that's one of the genes that I don't have yet. What else?
We like Calico.
You like Calico? Do y'all have any Calico? Y'all working with some?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We tried to get some.
Calico is
They
nice.
didn't sell them.
Calico is nice, man. But I'm starting to get to a point where it's only like a handful of genes that I want to pick up. Fortunately, over the years, in terms of codoms, like I've got a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get into the collection, because it's one of those things too, like setting goals and setting plans. Kind of early on, I really start looking into like genes that I like, interactions that I like, and I really start planning stuff like by my projects, right? And so I got kind of like a project matrix, right? Where like I got like on the y-axis of like kind of like this matrix, I've got like all the codoms that I want to get, and then kind of across the x, I got like the recessive projects that I'm working. And so some codoms I don't want in certain recessives and stuff like that, but I know what I want in terms of like having those respective codoms like in those recessive projects. And so I just kind of go through that list on a periodic basis to see where I'm at, right? So what do I have? I mark it a different color. And so I can kind of like easily visually see like where I'm at with it. And then for stuff that I don't have, do I have the stuff to make it, to get it there? And I kind of think through my parents like that and just kind of like prioritize what I want to do based on what I'm trying to make, what recessives I got, what incomplete dominance I want to work in. And I kind of game plan that way. And that's all kind of a part of my season planning for the next year.
Right. Yeah, we definitely we just love lavender, man. We ready. That's what we looking forward to. I'll confusion. I'll spill that one. Mikey, you say one.
Oh man. Well, secondly, I think bongo is hard too. I like
it.
Bongo.
Is hard.
Bongo is hard. I seen recently, I think it was Savage Morphs. He made a bongo paint. That thing is sick.
Oh yeah.
That thing is sick.
Yeah.
I met him at the show.
Too, man. Big shout out to me.
Confusion is my favorite incomplete dominant gene, if you guys didn't know that. So I'm definitely looking forward to confusion. And then I'm also looking forward to working scrambler too. I like what I'm seeing from that scrambler project that Chris Herndon is working. Shout out to him. Shout out to Marcus Jane as well, working that.
Yeah, big shout out to Marcus Jane as well.
Shout out to I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but Isotope Exotics. He's got some crazy scramblers.
Crazy
scramblers.
What's the name again?
Isotope Exotics. He's out of Canada.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that scrambler. I got a little surprise coming soon. I won't say what it is, but I've got a snake coming in soon that I'm gonna be dropping that has the scrambler in it. But I won't say what else it has in it until I drop it.
Okay. Drop a little.
And then
when you gonna drop it?
I should be getting her next month. I believe is when the exportation date is. Like late September.
Export. Fancy.
Exportation. I had to go overseas to get this thing, man. It wasn't easy. But no, she's dope. I can't wait to get her. I'm excited. And I'm excited to share it with everybody too. And I think when everyone sees it, they're going to be really excited for the Scrambler project because it's dope.
It's over. It's about to go up.
And I also love Orange Dream. I think Orange Dream is one of the best codominants you could have. I love Super Orange Dream stuff. And out of like the newer ones other than Scrambler, something I definitely want to get in the collection is probably Stranger that we don't have yet. I like Stranger a lot too.
Stranger's super dope, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
So what all are you going to work Stranger into? I'm assuming lab for sure, but what else?
I'd love to put it into some clown. I love what it does in clown. I also love what it does in hypo. Hypo strangers are sweet. And then I seen one snake, shout out to Amos Reptiles too. He made a stranger leopard lavender albino and it had the dopest pattern I've ever seen on a snake. I think Man-Tooth Captive Bred Reptiles bought one of them from him because I was trying to buy it. And I seen him post it and I was like, damn, he got that snake. But if you guys go on his page, Man-Tooth Captive Bred Reptiles, it's on there. He's posted it. And the pattern on it, dude, is wild.
Crazy.
Nice. So did you give us the update on your season in terms of like how many clutches and whatnot? Mike?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I said we hatched 30 babies. I had 4 clutches and Darius had 5.
Okay.
And
you said, I know before the show you had mentioned like you felt like the season was over for you, so that's where you are going to be at for the year, you thinking?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've got a couple females that are still pairing up and building, but I don't know if they're going to go. I probably would have expected them to go by now, but just kind of sticking to it. I'm going to ultrasound them again next week and see kind of where they're at and determine if I'm going to shelf that male for now and try again later this year, or if I'm gonna, continue to try to do it, depending on where those follicles are at. But right now, I've got the incubator off. Right now, I'm done cooking eggs. Everything that I expected to lay has already laid. So now everything just needs to be updated onto Morph Market, really.
Okay, and what we looking like for next season in terms of like clutch number, and how big is y'all's collection, both like separately, and then we can do the math to get it together.
So does that include the hatchlings that are like available, or just like the snakes?
Yeah, just like your breeders and holdbacks, all that good stuff.
I believe here, I think I have 28 snakes here. I believe I've got 20 females and 8 males here.
Okay.
And then Darius, you have what, 11 down there?
Yeah, I got 12 right now.
So
Not including the holdbacks, and then we got some snakes coming. To keep it simple, I would just say like 50, around like 45, 50 for the whole collection.
Gotcha.
Like by the end of this year, because see, I still got 2 that I'm waiting on to see what they do, and if they go, that I'll probably keep a couple from them. So I would say probably I'll have like 15 to 20. He'll have about like 30.
Gotcha. Have y'all thought through, like in terms of like planning and whatnot, like how big you want to get, or what? You got a limit on it?
That's what we're like trying to figure out right now, because he's going to be moving back down to Florida probably like I'll say like within 2 years. We're just trying because we were trying to he gonna come to Jacksonville with me.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll just try to do our thing from here. But because initially I was trying to get him down here this year, but I didn't want to like kind of rush it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll have like 15 to 20. My goal this year was to have 3 clutches. And then next year for me, I think it'll be like 5 to 6. And then Mikey will be, I think you had 4 so far. So you might have like 7 this year, I believe. I think our goal was like have like 10, 15 clutches this year. So next year it'll be like 20, 25, something like that. Probably more so 20 though, because now that we have that foundation, like we're on the level 2. So now that's what I'm saying. It's finna get real,
Yeah, I know. Before the show, we was talking, and you was mentioning like thinking about like going away, or not going away, but going to breeding your own rodents.
Yeah. Me and you were talking about that, Mike. Yeah. Probably after this year, I'm gonna have to start, because let me tell you what, man, that rodent bill is not fun to pay every week.
It's not, bro. It's not.
I get a good deal. Shout out to my rat plug.
Shout out my rat man. I think
I'm not gonna say his name because y'all can't go buy his rats because I need them. But he does breed snakes too, so I'll give him a shout out. His name is Ben's Snake Rack. Go check him out. He's local in Rhode Island, and he breeds. He's focused on clown stuff.
Okay.
But he gives me a way better deal than the pet store, man. Before, when I first moved back here, I didn't know anybody around here that had rats. So I was literally going to like a mom and pop pet shop, and I was spending like close to like $120 a week on rats, dude. And it was crazy. He sliced that in half. So eventually I'm gonna have to get it set up and do research on how to do it. And it's definitely getting close to that point.
Yeah, man. Once the collection starts growing like past a certain point, and that number is probably different for everybody, you know what I mean? But once it starts getting past that certain point, then it's time to start breeding, because to your point, that bill adds up quickly. When we first started doing it, we were getting rodents from like a local pet store, and for a while they would do like a bulk discount if you bought more than 20, and it was still like super expensive. But then they walked that back, and there was like, we're not doing the bulk discount no more because the price of rodent food has went up, this, that, and the third. And so actually got connected with their plug. And so like I just stopped going to them altogether, because it was like, man, I done went to Sosa. I don't need Tony no more. I done went to Sosa.
Cut out the middleman, bro. Me and him talk about it every week, bro. It's stressful. I'm just like, bro, I gotta go get rats. And then, cause see, I was just realizing I was scrolling through my phone. I'm like, dang, I don't even know my rap man's name. That's crazy. But shout out to him. Though.
Shout out to
Yeah, but I mean, he showed me love. That's how like, bro, he a blessing. Like, cause I go to, shout out Extreme Exotics too. They do got good rats and they are, consistent. So I can't complain. But it just get expensive for me at times, and I'm just like, bro, it adds up.
And this guy locally, man, he still got like great prices. Especially like when you start comparing them to like retail prices and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And I still do get some rats from him because like a lot of stuff that I have for sale, like I'll feed them rats just because we breed African soft furs, and so that's really what I'm feeding my collection. Almost without exception at this point. Just had like one of my last holdover girls who was just like refusing to take rats. She started taking ASFs lately, so I was like, man, thank you. Because that's one less rat I gotta buy. I still got like one more girl that just she won't do nothing but take rats. But aside from that, like all the stuff that's in my collection, like I've been feeding them like African soft furs, and then like I said, I'll feed stuff that's gonna be for sale or not holdbacks or whatever. I'll feed them rats, and so I still get rats from him like in bulk and get a good price. But it definitely like cut my bill down a lot just by doing it myself. And then like I feel I get better growth from my animals with the ASFs. And I don't know if it's probably like a little bit of both, but probably the ASFs and then plus what we feed them and stuff like that. And like I just feel like I don't know, like it's kind of weird, man. It's gonna sound crazy, but like after I feed my collection, I feel full because like I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like I done did my job, and like everybody is nothing better than like everybody eating, man. It feels good, man. So definitely it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day it's rewarding and it do save some money.
Facts.
Definitely.
Man, when you're not breeding your own, you gotta have like 3 rat plugs, man. I'm telling you, because sometimes I'll hit one up and they don't have a certain thing I need. I gotta go to another one. So it's stressful, man. And also to piggyback off what you said, Mike, I just recently started feeding some of my collection ASFs, and I've noticed the same thing in terms of growth. And they're definitely growing a lot better on the ASFs compared to what I've seen with the snakes that I have on rats. So possibly down the road, when I do start to breed my own, I might try to switch everything over to ASFs like you were saying. And it also probably depends too on the diet you're feeding them too, because that's going directly into the snake as well. So once I get to that point, I'm gonna definitely pick your brain about it. Definitely gonna need some advice.
For sure, man. And if y'all if you start breeding in Jacksonville, I'll definitely hook you up with some colonies. I got you. I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get started. Yes, sir.
So we don't need it.
Yeah. I was thinking, man, like if you do move back to Jacksonville, would you say that's a couple years away? So you're gonna need
probably like 2 years.
Yeah. There's you
more realistically, comfortably 2 years.
You're gonna need to breed before then. So man, you just
I will.
So I got you, man.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, because I'll hit you up. I got your number.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man.
You to work, Darius.
Mikey, no, I don't mind getting dirty, but I don't like getting dirty like that.
Man, I'll pay that man a salary to breed rats and take care of rats.
Rats, I mean, rodents just in general. I never bred rats, but rodents, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is physical labor too, like because you're having to do a whole bunch of stuff. But like I said, it's definitely worth it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something if we got to do it, we gonna get it done. I ain't gonna complain. We just gonna get it done, and because
another thing too is to touch on what Darren said. Like when your girl like building and like she just constantly looking for food, you can slide her extra.
Exactly, and that's what's gonna go down buffet.
Facts.
Yeah, I love you. Open that tub and they like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
ASS are the best, period. We learn through all of it, so that'll be our goal, once we start for sure. Cause my breeder boy only eats ASS.
Oh, word.
That's what I'm saying. It's stressful, you feel me? Like
Yeah, Mike, I got a question for you too, and kind of like getting into feeding your snakes for your breeder females, because I've been kind of battling with this myself. I don't know if anyone else in the live chat too has been dealing with this kind of battle or has dealt with it in the past. But I know the ASFs in terms of growth have been making them grow a little bit faster and compared to the rats. But when you feed your breeder females in that building stage and that pairing stage, are you food cycling them? Because I do a little bit of food cycling. And are you, just pounding them with ASFs, like multiple ASFs at a feeding?
What you mean by like food cycling?
So like what I've noticed that works good for me in terms of like stimulating follicle growth, even more so than like temp cooling, is food cycling the female. So like when I have a female I'm getting ready to pair up, let's say she's at like a rule of thumb, if I start pairing a girl, I want her to be at least 1,200 grams or more. And when they get to that point, what I'll do in like the summer months is I'll feed them a larger meal a little bit less often. So like every couple of weeks, I'll feed them a larger meal. And then when we go into the breeding season, I'll start pounding them with smaller meals. So I kind of cycle them throughout the year as far as like feeding goes, but only when they get to that size. Like if they're growing, I feed them weekly or at least every 10 days.
Yeah, like growing up, like just regular feeding and whatnot. Like I feed them on like a regular schedule. But like my females, like once they start getting to that size, and I ultrasound too, right? And so kind of how I know that they're building or like they're interested in building is two ways: from the ultrasound, and then also kind of like by the signs they give me. Like if every time I open that tub, like I can tell she's looking for food. Like I open that tub and she like creeping to the front, looking to see if she getting food this time. To me, that's her telling me, bro, I'm hungry and I might do something for you this year. Feed me, right? And so like when they're building, and that's the thing I like about ASFs, because from a size perspective, they're not that big. They're never going to really outgrow most of your snakes, you know what I mean, in terms of like your adult snakes, especially like your adult females. Some ASFs get bigger, like the breeder ones, but the ones I'm typically feeding off, like they had a like nice manageable size. And so if she's showing me those signs that she's hungry, she's trying to build, then yeah, I'll give them an extra meal, you know what I mean? Because I want to get like some good weight on them so they have plenty of weight for when she lays, because a lot of times laying take a lot out of them. And so I want to put them in a position to succeed. And then I don't remember who told me this, but I feel like when you giving them an abundant food supply while they're building, then you telling them like from a nature standpoint that food is abundantly available. It's okay. I can build, I can have these eggs because I'm gonna have the resources within my body to produce a healthy clutch. And so like, yeah, when they looking for food and stuff like that, yeah, I'll give them an extra meal. And so it's good to like have that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I can I don't have to wait till Tuesday to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I can I try to feed on a regular schedule, but sometimes like it don't necessarily work with everything I got to do. And so I might have to like pivot. And so having those available, you know what I'm saying, I got the flexibility to do that. Whereas when I was just solely dependent on like getting it from somebody else, I had to, because at Buddy House, like you got to pick it up on Tuesday. That's the only thing, you got to pick it up on Tuesday. And so like I didn't have any flexibility, right? It was either pick it up on Tuesday or miss it for the week. But now like having that supply allows me to like do some of those things. And I feel like it's worked out better for me.
Cool. Yeah, I think I know who said that line too. I think that was Brian Barczyk, bro. That's dropped that knowledge about like the abundance of food and all that stuff. Because when I breed my females, I pound them with food. Don't get me wrong, I'm doing that same exact thing. I guess my question kind of is like, do you think in terms of like the size of an ASF and the size of a small rat, is it better to feed them smaller meals in abundance or to feed them bigger meals in abundance in your experience?
So I'm no scientist or whatever, but I like the smaller meals in abundance better. particularly the ASF, because it seemed like I have like less waste with ASFs too.
Got you.
But yeah, I definitely like the smaller meals in abundance.
Got you. Got you.
And like
Yeah.
they're not sitting there like, because I definitely wouldn't like double feed. Like let's say she was on like she wanted like a medium rat. I'm not gonna give. I don't care how big the female is. I'm not gonna give one of the medium rats I get from Buddy. I'm not gonna give her two of them because like she's gonna be sitting there like she got a football on the side.
Right.
But giving her like a couple ASFs is not no like huge lump. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's good nutrition as opposed to like just throwing a rat in there, because like with the rats, it's a little bit higher fat content is my understanding of it, and so like I feel comfortable like giving them a couple extra ASFs.
Cool. Thank you.
But yeah, like LeVant say, take care of those girls, they'll take care of you.
I heard him say once, I think it was on your show actually. I heard him say once he feeds his females whenever they look at him. He be throwing a mouse in there when they look at him. Shout out to LeVant, by the way, too.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I think it was on your show, bro. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, yeah, he might have said that. I'll remember it specifically, but he might have said that. But he definitely said, take care of those girls, they'll take care of you. And that's facts, man.
Facts.
So we did touch on a lot of things, but in terms of like challenges and things we haven't mentioned yet, what has been some of like y'all's primary challenges? How have you overcome that stuff? And then what have you learned from it? So it's kind of like a 3-part question. Darius, we're gonna call on you first. We're gonna put you on the ISO to answer.
Okay, so and just I know I keep saying it's a blessing, but like so basically my first challenge was my first like investment ball python. Initially, you know, social media was doing good, you know, we were generating revenue, and I think that was like my second time at Daytona ever. I think that's like when I first met you actually. But long story short,
23. I don't remember what year it was because that was last Daytona, not this past one, but the one before that.
You one. I be getting them mixed up. You feel me? But long story short, it was I ended up getting what was it? It was a pastel chocolate hypo DG, and it was like early on female, like we got it for a steal. Shout out to Fireball. You already know.
I was just about to ask, did you get it from Jared?
Yeah. So but long story short, you know, unfortunately, you know, it ended up passing like out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? It happens as part of the game, you know what I'm saying? And like I'm not gonna sit here and complain, you know what I'm saying? We eat it and we keep going. It hurt. That's what I was saying. I agree with you. Like feeding, to me, I feed smaller. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even take that chance. Mikey, like I'd rather bite the bullet and give him two smaller ones and give him that bigger one and take that chance. Because, you know, that was, like, especially that one, I was at my cousin baby shower, you know, when that happened. And, you know, my sister, you know, just so happened to be walking by and she's like, your snake's supposed to be laying like that? And I'm like, what do you mean? She sent me a picture. I done dropped my sandwich at the baby shower, everything, man, you know, and he knows, Mikey knows to this day, like, I still, like, be extra careful, you know, now. But, you know, it just, you know, it happened. I learned from it, and I just took that with the rest of my collection because all my other collection ate fine, you know what I'm saying, from the same rat from the same person, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was unfortunate, it happens, but it just taught me to pay more attention to detail, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying, like, that's why I like the ASS better. All of my snakes are more receptive to the ASS off rip, you know what I'm saying? They'll snatch it off the tongue, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, and I couldn't complain, you know what I'm saying? Because similar, sorry to spoil it for Mikey, but he had a snake pass away, you know what I'm saying? So like I was like, you know, and I know that hurt him, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I can't sit here and complain. You know what I'm saying? That something like this happened to me when my boy had to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a big purchase, whatever, but we not finna sit here and let money define us. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mikey, you know what I'm saying, we don't already broke bread, you know, it's for life with us, whether it was snakes or not. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those like learning lessons. Like you gotta pay attention, you gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying? If you really in this, you're gonna have to just, you know, grind it, you know what I'm saying? And then those blessings will come.
Yeah. And there's definitely gonna be some stuff that hit you in the gut. but you just got to move forward.
Yeah, we have some recent stuff. You know, I'll let Mikey go. So.
Facts. No, yeah, we already touched on that baby snake that died, unfortunately. Darius's experience with his snake, thinking it's egg bound this year when it went 55 days after its pre-laced shed not laying. But for me personally, I think my biggest challenge isn't so much like the care of the snakes or like the breeding of the snakes. I think it's kind of like giving up control to other people, like, because I'm so anal about the way like I feed my snake or like the way that I clean my snakes. Even like my girlfriend, like if she wants to go like on a trip like for the weekend, she'll be like, oh, why don't you just like let your mom or somebody come and check on the snakes? I'm like, no, I can't, because they won't do it like I will. I think that this is something that I need to like work on, and I need to kind of, you know, obviously teach them the right way to do it, but kind of give that trust like I have to Darius. But before I gave that trust to Darius, I made Darius like prove to me that he could take care of a snake. He could learn about the snakes. He could feed the snakes. He could do everything that is required to keep them healthy and have success. And after seeing him produce his first clutch and everything, now I feel a lot better about like sending him a female that we want to breed with one of his males or something to that nature. And I think this is something that's going to come into more play when I move back to Florida and we're actually together. And I need to be open to Darius's ideas, and I need to be open to letting him do certain things in his own way that maybe I wouldn't do them. So I think my biggest challenge is mainly that, just kind of like giving up control and you know, allowing other people that I trust to do it and do it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's a struggle a lot of people have, right? But like I've actually struggled with that, like not in the snake industry per se, but like in other walks of life. And just, I like the way I do it. I feel comfortable when I do it. I know it's done the way I want it done, but the way I necessarily want it done is not always necessarily the best way, or it could be another way to do it, and just delegating. Because if you stuck doing like, and I'm speaking like in my circumstances, right? If I'm like stuck to like these set tasks, then how can I have the bandwidth to like take on more? And so I had to get comfortable like with delegating. But it's definitely hard, man, because like I'm a hands-on, roll my sleeves up kind of guy, and I just want to be in the trenches. But like for me, like to grow in other walks of life, like I had to learn to delegate, right? And just let some of that stuff go. Are they gonna do it exactly like I'm gonna do it? No, probably not. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. Sometimes it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Because like they bring like a different they put a different spin on it, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that's something that you just kind of got to get comfortable with, in my opinion. And then also like y'all grow, and if y'all, at some point y'all get employees, so y'all can focus on more like other things like that, you have to let them do it too.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm working on overcoming, and it helps that I have such a good partner like Darius, who's willing to make like sacrifices and learn and you know, prove that, you know, he can do this too, and that he's reliable. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just having somebody show you that, and it makes it easier for you to let go of those reins.
100%. 100%. So before we get out of here tonight, man, is there anything else y'all want to put people on the lookout for? I know you already dropped a slight spoiler alert, or at least a little bit of a indication that we got something nice coming. So what else? Anything else y'all want to let folks know about?
Well, I'll go first because I'll let Darius go after this. But the one project I'm really looking forward to, and it's a long-term project. I'm gonna have to do this project from the ground up. And that's the Lavender Sunset project. I'm really excited for Lavender Sunset. I plan to make my own double hets with some codoms I really want in the mix. I've already picked out the snakes. It's just a matter of growing them up. But I'm looking forward to that project mainly, and I really want to focus on that. And I think it's going to be a sick project. I know a lot of people are doing Ultramel Sunset or are interested in Ultramel Sunset, and I think it's a beautiful snake. But I don't know, man. Those oranges from the Lavender, I think, are going to go crazy in the Sunset.
Nice. What about you, Darius?
Excuse me. So I'll just say like short term, like super OD combos with the lab. We'll have some Starburst combos coming for sure. We'll have not just with super OD, like confusion, super OD stuff like that, like short term. Also, another gene I'm excited about that we got coming in Rainbow. Shout out to Prague Morse. We got Rainbow Hypo, which we got a little project coming
Oh,
in.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I short story, like when I met him, because I was like curious to see about like the rainbow and everything like that, and he's like, yeah, bro, it's better than Lab. And I'm telling Mike, I'm like, bro, I don't know, I don't think it's better than Lab. But that's just just me being biased, you know what I'm saying? And so we're excited about that one. And then the last one, I mean, it's a snake we already have, but I'm gonna keep it a secret because we're waiting on a certain test to come out so we can see what's going on. And that'll be if that ends up proving out, which we think it will, that'll be another great surprise. So
Dope.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So, man, it's been a excellent conversation, man. Definitely enjoyed having y'all on, man. Been like I said, man, been looking forward to this all week, man. Super cool vibes. Yeah, we definitely hopefully we can link up at Daytona next year. Mikey. And then I will probably see you before Daytona, man, Darius.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just you can hit me whenever.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever. I'm always down to learn. I want to learn from you. I want to, I get inspired. Motivated.
Are you going to like the Atlanta or Charlotte show, or are either one of you going to the Atlanta or Charlotte show?
Probably not.
I can't go this weekend. I'm looking forward though to seeing all the videos from the Southeast Reptile Expo. I think it's going to be sick. And yo, congrats to you too on Animal Con, bro. That's awesome.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to all of them, man. The Southeast Reptile Expo, All American Plant and Reptile Expo, and Animal Con, man. It's gonna be a totally different experience. So definitely looking forward to it.
That's awesome, man. Before you let us go, man, what project you looking most forward to? I can't let you slide out here without.
So for this year,
just
just in general.
Okay, so I work like basically 5 main recessors. So Hypo, DG, Clown. That's kind of the big 3 in my collection, and then Ultramel and Pi as well. But I'm really looking forward to like a lot of the building blocks that I got in the Ultramel. I'm not Ultramel, I'm sorry, but looking forward to Ultramel, but Hypo, DG, Clown in the big 3. In terms of something I hatched this year or hope to hatch this year, I'm really trying to hit at minimum a Hypo Dark Knight, but I also got Vanilla in the mix with that, and I also got Huffman in the mix with that, and I got Leopard in the mix with that. So definitely hope the odds gods shine down upon me and I can hit something too. Also got like shots at a Fire Spot Nose Inchy DG Clown, man. I'm hoping I hit one of those. I do have a pretty light season this year, like relatively speaking, because we moved the collection and whatnot. And so I'm still doing some catching up from that. I think next year is going to be a heavier season, which is a good thing because it's gave me like an opportunity to kind of settle in here in terms of like dialing everything in, because it's amazing like how much of difference just moving to like a different room or a different spot not that far away makes just to get things dialed in. Because basically once we got dialed things in the old spot, boom, moved it. And so over this last year been dialing stuff in, and so like I feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like girls, they getting comfortable and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to next season, and it's good in terms of timing. I'll have like a late season this year, so I should have some babies early in the year. But then just in terms of overall timing with like some of my hard hitting stuff, next year is well positioned to be like a breakout year, odds gods permitting.
Hell yeah.
It'll happen, bro. You gotta manifest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all about manifestation, positive affirmations. Trust me. We real big in the energy stuff like that.
Nice.
Yep. And shout out to Don D too, Uptown Exotics. I seen him in the chat. Congrats
shout out to the homie.
Don.
Congrats, bro.
Shout out to the homie Dun Data. Yeah, man. So we're gonna wrap it up for tonight, man. Everybody in the chat, man, big shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been showing love all chat, all show, man. Been seeing the comments come through. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the replay game when y'all come through and watch this again on YouTube. Big shouts out to the audio only folks, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. Mike, Darius, can you hang around for a couple minutes after the intro?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For everybody else, man, that's gonna do it for tonight, man. Again, man, appreciate y'all coming out. Make sure you come out this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Project Maximization on Double Clutch, man. Really looking forward to that show. And then we also got like a deep dive on the Patreon, which starts September 1st, man. So got a lot lined up for you this weekend, man. Big shout out to the Gators. We play Miami. Y'all better win. Go Gators. Oh no. So Mike, can you hang around? There you can go.
Nah, bro, I knew you was a Gator fan too.
Did you go to school there, Mike?
Yeah, well, not undergrad, but I did go there for my MBA.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So yeah, big shout out to them Gators. Yeah, again, man, appreciate y'all coming through, man. And we'll be in the backstage here in just a few minutes, man. Everybody else, man, that's gonna do it for the night. For Clutch Conversations, I'm Mike. The lovely lady behind the scenes is Takara. Thank y'all for coming out. Be blessed. Peace.
Peace.
I step up in the spot, they know the deal. Chilling with that thrill. From the bottom to the top, I'm the king of the hill. Still eyes on me, feel the heat. It's a thrill feel. Got that shine in my hand, man, it's giving them chills. Still they wanna taste, they wanna see what's in my sleep. Believe, got that fire in my grip. Yeah, they need the fiend. No counterfeit, no tricks. Just the realest mean, pure and uncut. Got them down, dropping to your knees, freeze. It's that glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine. Make you wanna dive deep like you're living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fiend. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. In the night it glows, whole place lit, can't quit. Every eyes on me, they can't handle this shit. Hit, feel the rush, feel the push, yeah, it's too legit bliss. Once you get a taste, ain't no way you'll quit this. Pure like the rain, cold like the snow. Yo, they crave for the touch, yeah, they wanna know. What's the secret mojo? Got that perfect glow, you know. Take a hit of this life, let your worries go slow, slow. That glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine. Make you wanna dive deep like you living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fiend. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. They come from miles around just to get a glimpse. Whispering in the dark, making deals with pimps. Got that high grade shit, make the whole world limp. Glimpse, I'm the dealer of dreams, call me the main event set. Ain't no fakes, ain't no lies, it's the realest deal. Chill, got them looking for that glass, yeah, they love to feel real. I'm the plug, I'm the source, got that golden seal. This that glass, baby, now you know it's real. This that glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine. Make you wanna dive deep like you living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fiend. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. In the end, they all come back, craving more and more. Once you get a taste, ain't no closing that door. I'm the king of the game, hear the lion roar. This that glass, baby, and it's what you're here for. In the end, they all come back, craving more and more. Once you get a taste, ain't no closing that door. I'm the king of the game, hear the lion roar.